What's up, e-boys, e-girls? How
Happy
goes it?
Monday.
Happy Monday. Happy ETF day.
Yeah,
Happy
just someone
Monday.
posted a picture of like the Boganoff, the Boganoff one picture is like he sold. It's like a person on a cell phone, or it's like remember that one?
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
but instead it's Larry Fink. They're
Love it.
like,
Love it.
okay, do it now. So that'd be funny if it still came out today.
We were just talking about this before we started the stream, but Jesus Christ, talk about some coordinated market manipulation here. 80 million in liquidations, and it looks like the intern prior to that was, what did you see, Marty? Said he was swapping BTC yesterday?
Yeah, Coinbase, somebody was T-WAP in the top. And then
Then
there was also
today,
a little roll
roll bit of then hey.
bits. 50K large. I think stop loss was
50K.
like $200 off, whatever, a few seconds, a minute before the tweets came out. And what he walked with like 2.5 mil,
Yeah,
something like that. Just, people, a little insider
just held the
trading.
trade for 10 minutes, made 2.5 million, easy peasy. Another day in
I'm not
crypto.
sure how you guys do this fucking 9 to 5 shit anymore,
Gainesy in shambles.
In shambles.
You
Back
just
Still
at
but
making
you
millions
think
stake.
over it.
about and then I saw Stoic was posting like 800% returns on his call options and shit. Think about just like the amount of money that was lost on that tweet, dude. I bet can Cointelegraph get sued for shit like that? Probably.
Yeah, my whole thing is like, yeah, it's like market manipulation, right? So even if they don't get sued, like it just puts the fucking SEC like, oh look, it can move, 11% off one tweet that's fake
I
news. And
fucking
it just
talk
gives
about
them
that
more,
all the time.
yeah, it just
About
gives them
how like
more
illiquid the
power.
markets are. I always bring that up to people when we're having like discussions with groups on the outside that like when they talk about illiquid markets, I'm like, well, what is a liquid, right? Like what's the baseline? Because all of crypto is highly illiquid, and like these are the reasons why you have like a tweet that can move the market 10%. You've got I won't name his name, but Bitcoin OGs that can move the market just because you tell them they can't on Twitter and they want to flex. And you have assets like that and markets like that. I don't think you can consider them too liquid. Maybe you disagree, DK. Maybe you know of similar instances happening in TradFi, but I wasn't paying attention to the stock market too much prior to
No, I mean shit
getting
like
into
that
crypto.
happens. I don't know if such shit like that happens with $1 trillion market cap. Yeah, actually, yeah. Think about Nvidia stock this year, dude. Fucking shit would move a fuck ton in a week.
Yeah, but that's not like
Yeah,
a
the
fraud,
asset
right?
can,
Like,
but do you
yeah,
think a tweet would move Nvidia like that in a day?
Earnings release did.
yeah, 20%, right? 30%.
Yeah, so I mean, it's feasible in traditional finance. I mean, this is a monumental event. So,
Couldn't you say like
but
movement off an earnings release would be like movement off like FOMC? Like if everyone already knows it's gonna go well and everyone piles in, then it's gonna shove it up anyway. Like
no, that was a, like way
everyone knows
beats
Nvidia's
earnings.
earnings.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good. People are gonna Cointelegraph is gonna get a ton of fucking flack for this because they're like, we know it's coming soon. We don't want to do anything to ruin that, and Cointelegraph goes about and ruins it.
They said you'll have an update in 3 hours, exactly 3 hours. How they got
I'm
to the
holding them to
conclusion
it
of
to the
of
fucking
three
minute.
hours? Well, maybe they'll
What are
just
they gonna
edit it.
do though?
I don't know. They're gonna blame it on some fucking sim swap and fucking post a meme.
They better blame it on it. Well, the fact that they changed it to reportedly
Reportedly.
and then they
Mm,
deleted it, like what the fuck?
yeah, it's not looking good,
Yeah,
in
they're
the
gonna get a
Not
lot
looking
of
intern.
good,
flack
bruv.
for that.
Not looking good, bro. Yeah,
Not to mention, I think there's liability there.
sure.
Lack
Gary's
of
about to have a
lack
fucking
of internal
field
controls.
day.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gary's about to have a field day.
Gary
No, they're
Mondays.
gonna get subpoenaed for like documents, and if there was like anything or any person said anything about like let's do this at this time kind of thing, like any sort of
Slack channel, fucking
they're-
telegrams.
but it's just bad for the industry. Like why Cointelegraph? Why you gotta fumble the bag like that?
Yeah, why do you have to give us precursor events to lead us into forcibly having to use Uniswap KYC hooks?
What's up with that?
Hopefully.
I read the comments. Like it's not Uniswap isn't going to be KYC, but you could potentially KYC some pools or something like this. Is
Dude,
my
did you see
small brain.
that the foundation released an article last week, Uniswap Foundation, that literally didn't specifically just focus on KYC, but they talked about the importance of hooks, and one of the target items is KYC.
KYC, yeah.
OFAC
Yeah, I
So like
read it.
even though that
OFAC
there's like
world.
public facing shit, and they're like, oh, it was just something that someone built. They actually they make a point to bring it up. The Uniswap Foundation does.
Yeah, that
Is
was
this
kind of the
some
weird part about
regulatory
it.
thing?
I mean,
Like let's talk about it so down the line we don't get, hit up like what the fuck.
I think my personal take is
I first
Uniswap
assumed something just like
hasn't turned the
Aave,
fee
right?
switch on yet. Not only because it's already like not profitable for users, right? So like that small amount of bips, was it like 5 bips or whatever, is would definitely add to the equation to make it less profitable than it already is unprofitable. But I think that there's like some things that they want to happen before that they turn the fee switch on and give those to Uniswap token holders. And I think that they think that KYC is maybe one of those things.
Mandatory for everything or just one subsection OFAC chain like we've been mentioning here on the show?
I don't know. I don't really understand the whole Uniswap positioning. I don't really get it.
You think they just lose market share and somebody else picks up? I don't know, you get your pancake swap, you get your bungee coming on, you get your
I mean, there are
they
more competitors out there, but Uniswap still is like what? Uniswap itself is.
they have the name, they have
Yeah.
they have the brand of decentralized exchanges, like
In terms of like market sizing, there is no second best.
Pancake Swap, actually.
No.
I would say that Pancake Swap, unironically, when it comes to public awareness, is probably right there underneath Uniswap, as funny as that is. As much as I don't like that, if you go and talk to a bunch of normies, I would put money on that if they were around in 2021, that if they know any two decentralized exchanges, it's Uniswap and PancakeSwap. It used to drive me crazy. So I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing on BNB or BSC to be using PancakeSwap when you don't even know how to fucking back up your wallet?
We're just having fun, bro. Just fucking yield
We're
farming
just in
this
the arena
shit,
trying things.
Yeah, some will fail, some will work out.
My other thing, DK, was at first when I wasn't trying to think too nefariously, it was that it was what would be provided as like a set of tools to enable a service similar to like what Aave's institutional was. Like as we know from conversations we have with some funds and institutions, they don't want their money mixed with money where they don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
So being able to create separate pools that are permissioned for them, the hooks would allow them to do that. So at first I wasn't thinking of something that they would apply natively to the Uniswap like base suite exchange or suite of contracts. But something that, was there available if that product wanted to be built. But then when I saw that they had spent a lot of time focusing on it themselves as the foundation, the developer, or there was like one developer that like wrote a thread and mentioned it a handful of times when he was talking about hooks.
Yeah.
Then you have Hayden talking about it. So it's like they're all talking about KYC, so you know that it's something that's being discussed internally or that there's focus on. So it's like it's hard to try to see it any other way than they're eventually going to move to fully permission pools.
Where are they from? Where's the
Brooklyn, baby.
nonprofit? Oh yeah, see, they're KYC this, the KYC
Yeah,
that, dude.
I think it's a Delaware company, but yeah, they're headquartered in Brooklyn. The foundation, I think, is Switzerland,
Of course,
but it's like U.S. people that are
Zug.
running it
Yeah,
with the Patsy and
yeah, it's not
Switzerland.
looking good, pimps. Not looking good.
Well, yeah, Uniswap.
Oh, send me that link. Send me that link for the after the show or whatever for that
the article.
KYC thing. Yeah.
I think in the big scheme of things, though, like, does it really matter? Like there's, as you were kind of alluding to earlier, DK, there's plenty of competitors that are out there willing to take the volume, willing to eat their lunch. It's more about, I guess, which one wants to become the main character.
Yeah.
when that time comes.
I think the only group that, as far as I know, is CrocSwap, formerly known as CrocSwap Ambient. That actually is like AMM maxis. They're actually trying to build like a better AMM.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that hooks will have there'll be some interesting things that happen with hook and like MEV protections and LVR, loss first rebalancing, stuff like that. So that the LPs actually capture a lot of the change in market pricing rather than just be the rent extracted from them for providing that liquidity. But the KYC thing, I'm not entirely sure on. I don't know what the end game is for Uniswap. I have no idea what they're thinking. I have no idea what their legal counsel is telling them.
It's hard to imagine KYC on Uniswap when there's not KYC on like all non-custodial swaps yet.
Maybe they just want to be pioneers.
Dude, you keep on saying that, but non-custodial swaps, you can't move size.
I know you can't move size. I'm just saying that, like, well, you can move size. It's just that you can't move size in a single transaction.
You can't move size on a.
I'm telling you that there are a few of them that have services that will allow you to move size. Trust me. Source, me. Not saying that I ever
made it up. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah. There are a few that are there are a few that are willing to take that risk. We'll put it that way. And they have VIP services to allow you to swap size of liquid sex pairs.
What kind of pairs?
You know what kind, baby.
Mm.
Centralized exchange pairs.
Yeah, maybe.
I think we just go back to this OFAC chain, right? And there'll be two separate non-OFAC and OFAC. And I think if you want to play in that fucking sandbox, you're gonna have to KYC, and you could do whatever. And
there won't be that.
I don't know.
They would never let us have our own, sandbox to play in.
To be frank, I don't think KYC OFAC chain is going to be as bad as people think, because this is how the process is going to go. There's going to be 15 different vendors that will give you a KYC NFT to your wallet. Those, what you're going to do is you're going to submit like an ID or something. It might even be full zero knowledged. but the ID will be
Palau,
like
a
this
Palau
person.
ID.
Yeah, it's like this person, and then all what's going to say on that NFT is going to be like this person is not on a sanctions list. This person is eligible to trade these assets. This person may be accredited investor or not or something, and that's it. And that's the only bit of information. Like the person who has those verified credentials will probably store them like in a zero knowledge database somewhere. And unless there is a subpoena on your wallet, no one will ever see those. Right. The only time that they'll see those is in bulk. You'll have someone that says, what is the criteria for this person? Do they pass all these criterion? Doesn't even have to store it at the wallet level. Right. You can zero knowledge all of this. So like a lot of it is abstracted. So unless you're subpoenaed, and like maybe it's like a multi-sig kind of thing where like 3 different people verify that this has been subpoenaed, then it will actually go and release the information of the wallet and the person and all that jazz to a certain regulator. But outside of that, like the people that are trading are not going to know that it's you, right? It's not going to be like, this is Cozy's wallet, right? This Cozy lives here.
Do you see how we're slowly as
Oh, for
a
sure. 100%.
community, we are drifting away from, we're losing the plot, right? Like the plot is that they're not supposed to know what I'm doing, how much money I have. It's none of their fucking business. That was the whole point of Bitcoin, and money with no control, free to peer-to-peer transact. I don't need someone like you. As soon as you said, unless you're subpoenaed, that's where you lost me, right? Like, uh,
Yeah,
that's the whole reason we have crypto and Bitcoin is so that our money can't be taken from us. Not so that we just have like an extra step for them to go through to take our money. So that's where I have
of
this.
SBF, do you want to be right or do you want to make money? Right? Like these are just going to be things that like you're going to have to do. It's going to be compromises. We can't DeFi maximalism.
OFAC
Even though I
tatted,
wish,
bro. I'm gonna get it tatted on my arm.
dude,
You're gonna
even
have to get
though
some
DeFi
chip or some
maximalism is
wallet.
like a utopia that I would like, it's just I mean,
I don't
aside
imagine a
from-
utopia, right? Like I'm not imagining Vitalik's crypto world that he has over in whatever fucking country it is, or the Bitcoin
Swazi something.
monasteries. Yeah,
Swazzle, or
or
whatever it's called.
whatever that is, or Richard Vare and the Dollar Vigilantes fucking Bitcoin monasteries. Like I'm not imagining utopia like that. My utopia is very simple. You could say that it's rooted in libertarian values, that what I do with my things is none of anyone else's fucking business unless it's hurting someone else. I don't think that I should be giving anyone special access to peer into when they want to, or to uh, you know know exactly what I did yesterday. Like um, the blockchain makes that all readily available, and then it's on the end user to like put a face and identity to that. I don't think that that is something that we should willfully comply to as an architecture when that wasn't the original system design, or the design that everyone like kind of came for in the
Yeah, see,
beginning.
but I see it like this. Like, if you want banks to come on and provide these services, and you want to transact with banks,
We don't care.
financial services, then you'll need to do this. But if it's not that way, then you don't
I
need
don't
to.
want I don't care. See, like that's another thing. Like the institutions are coming, the institutions are coming. I've never cared about whether banks come or not, right? Like I don't care about servicing banks. All I care about is that I'm able to trade something that is highly volatile, and that I don't have to ask permission to do it. Like I could give two fucks if Van Eck has access to Bitcoin, right? Like it doesn't matter to me if JP Morgan wants to trade Bitcoin. The whole point was to take money from them so that they can't take our, like taking money from their system. So welcoming them and being happy that they're coming to trade has never been something that is like, on my
Yeah, but
on my
I'm
list
thinking
of
more
things that
like
make me jump.
I want to buy a commercial piece of property and I want to collateralize that with crypto.
You can buy property with crypto in Florida right now. There's plenty of Miami brokers to do it.
Yeah, but I want to sell my crypto, dude. I want to collateralize with my crypto. they gotta know who I am. They gotta, you know,
No, they have
have
this. You can go through
legal.
Nexo and they'll give you a loan, but yeah, it's full KYC, right?
That moves on to some other news. Ferrari, I believe it was, is now
Yeah,
accepting crypto payments
yeah. XRP,
for high
Bitcoin,
net
and
You
worth
give
Ethereum.
them your
individuals.
ID after you give them your ID
For sure, for sure. I'm giving
for the
them my ID
registration.
with like I'm giving them my ID. I'm paying them with a specific wallet. I'm not running it on a chain where all of my addresses and all of my money is now beholden to OFAC that can halt the chain and freeze my funds at any time. So I don't have a problem paying Ferrari from, you know, my fucking Ledger wallet on Ethereum or paying them with Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network. My issue comes when it leaves that network, it goes on to some other network that's controlled by government employees that get to decide how and when I spend my money. It's like very
I'm gonna move all
dystopian.
my
It's
money
very
to
Black
the
Mirror.
Yeah, I'm gonna move all my money to the Cointelegraph chain. I think it's
So
safe.
I'm
There's
very
no
allergic
rules.
to
There's
the
anarchy chain.
OFAC
Yeah,
chain.
there's no rule there, bro. No, I just don't see where like I don't know. Oh, I want to get an Amex Platinum, okay? And right now I don't know, some bullshit. I have the secured one, right? I gave them $100 or whatever it was. So I work up, I pay my bills, but they have my name, all of this stuff, but it all comes down to your score. So how do you do an on-chain score that says that you are who you say you are with this good of reputation that doesn't touch, some shady biz and that you have the money or you've been, taking out loans? How do you get this score? And I know there already is like a scoring system, but how do you get like a FICO score on chain that's allows you to buy your commercial real estate or your car or whatever on a loan?
You're
How
talking
do
to
we
the
get
wrong
there,
person.
Cozy?
I think social credit scores and credit scores in general are absolutely fucking retarded. They're like one of the most gameable like metrics that
Well,
exist.
not gameable
You
if you
can
don't get
also
any money.
Yeah. Hey.
I know people with literally no money that are able to game the credit system to take out loans for homes, for cars, like all sorts of shit. Like, um, the fact
PPP
that it's
loans. Yeah, I know a
the
bunch of those people too. They're all in
the
jail now.
the fact that it's easily like exploitable. Like I had my identity stolen before I was even like old enough to have credit cards. I had credit cards on my identity. Someone ran my credit score down. Took a long time to like fix that shit. Uh, then you have like, the V3 of credit score in China where like anytime you're tying value or a score to someone's head that a government body is now deciding uh how much access that person has because of it, I think it's a pretty fucked up system. So yeah, I don't support systems like that. I think if you have the money, you should be able to um, I think you should need the money to buy things, right? And then like for loans and for credit, um,
Well,
should
is the
you
problem
should be able to go ahead, go ahead.
is the problem the dependence on credit then? Like, is it
It's a
that
huge problem.
that's what today
Inflation
the
and
economy
dependence
is.
on credit.
It's everyone's way more levered than they were even 20, 30 years ago, like 10x more levered. So that's where the market has kind of moved towards. And maybe the discussion is not necessarily that we need these ways to prove of your credit worthiness, but less of a dependence on credit. But that's a whole nother discussion.
But also to answer your question in outside of like my personal hatred for credit and scoring systems, even though I have excellent credit now, um, I I don't know what the ideal way to do that was. I mean, DK's gotten a lot of shit what last week or the week before for one way that you can do it where, there's risk scores that are associated with your actions, which to be honest, I think that's far more reasonable of a way to assess someone's creditworthiness than, score tied to them because they
Yeah,
don't have enough credit,
I think it's a different argument because it's just pretty much saying, is this wallet doing something that is known to be illegal in many parts of the world or not? If yes, you can't use their platform. If no, you can use their platform.
Simple as that, pimps. It
Yeah,
works for me.
I mean, that's different than like creditworthiness, but
Yeah, has this person committed fraud in the past? Has this person, how sorry, what's the amount of days that their account has been negative versus positive? Like there's plenty of ways to judge someone's responsibility or level of responsibility with money versus an arbitrary score based on how much debt you're able to acquire, how much debt other lenders are willing to give you. Like I think it's such a fucked up metric to score someone on. Like uh how much money are others willing to give you based on how like well you've handled debt in the past
Guy on Sue got
is
that fucking high score, that fucking highest score. And now look
like I
where,
don't know,
they are, right?
yeah, I mean, it is a
I hate
controlling.
that
I
we're
get it. It's a
slaves,
controlling
right?
mechanism,
Like
right? It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
another
it's like
form of control.
it's another form of slavery, like when people become adults they literally like stress about their score, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
so retarded.
Well, I can't buy a car because I don't have a whatever 750 or whatever the number is. We do it
I
differently. We
can't
go to
get
1,000, I
debt.
guess.
Yeah, and it's really that I can't go into debt because I haven't managed debt well enough yet.
So then, how do we solve this? How do we come out of this, and how do we have our own utopia
We
of
go back to money that's
non-OFAC
actually
coin
backed by
or
something.
chain?
The
Okay.
problem stems from inflation, and inflation stems from us having money that's backed on by good faith and nothing else. We all know it's backed by missiles and a military, but yeah, I think the first step would be having money that's actually worth something that has a backing.
And then where do we go from there? Who
Well, then we'd be
regulates
able to
this?
we'd be able to
Nobody.
reset the money system and credit system would be reset at that point because there's
All
actually
right,
real
so
money
Fight
that we're
Club is
using.
the answer.
Okay, I
I'd be
got it.
down for that.
Gary versus Cozy.
I'd be down to fight for my loans.
No, I mean like
Mm-mm.
the meta narrative of the movie is that they destroy all the
Just blow it all
financial
up. Yeah,
institutions.
just fucking blow it all to hell.
Yeah, I mean, some people just want to watch the world burn. You know what I mean?
I don't want to
I'm
watch
here
the
for
world
it,
burn, but I wouldn't mind watching your old world burn, the traditional finance world.
What else is going on? What's going on this week? What's in the what's coming up this week in the news?
Let's see.
We got Arbitrum Odyssey returned today after that Galaxy DNS hack.
Mm.
Shout out Premia is on the 30th.
Why don't we go? What kind of incentives are we running for our Odyssey quest?
Whoa, that's a great question, Cozy. So we're gonna well, I can't talk about what we're gonna do yet, but there'll be 2 quests. One is on chain, one is off chain. They will be
This is like geocaching.
they'll Oh, you mean like a GeoGuessr?
No, geocaching, like where you have to
Oh,
go
like you have to find it
to
in the
the
world.
park, to the
You ever
park
done
and go get
geocaching?
the. Yeah,
I
as
used
a
to do
kid,
that
yeah,
shit. It was fun.
yeah, it was fun, yeah.
I think that's
Anyways,
like a real
sorry.
use case for augmented reality, right? There'd be some really cool stuff
I
you could
agree
do
with
with
you.
geocaching.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we'll have one on chain, one off chain quest. I mean, they'll still be on your computer, so you're not going anywhere. But it will be knowledge focused. We have our resident knowledge contributor in the room. But yeah, it will be knowledge and learning focused. Then we'll have you take that knowledge and learning that you just kind of utilized and then go play around with the platform for a bit. I also plan to do the pretty much the last componentry of the trading competition, which is the ARB call options around that time. So people will be can go ahead and buy and sell those around that time. So those should be like a lot of people interacting with the platform at around the 30th. Knock on wood.
That was from this for people that are just listening, right? That was for the summer trading competition that you guys did for the participants. You had some points and you could redeem them for physicals or call options or some newsletters and things like this.
Yep, we had a swell of prizes at the time. Again, disclaimer for our new watchers, myself, DK, Marty are all affiliated with Premia Finance. So if we talk about Premia,
Premia
don't
Blue,
take it as
excuse me.
financial advice. Premia Blue. Yeah, Premia Blue. If you hear us talk about Premia, don't take that as financial advice. Yeah, we had different types of call options, Premia, Arbitrum. There was like Masari, Nansen, CryptoLin subscriptions. DK blessed some people with, I believe, Diablo game keys.
That was pain in the ass. Never do that.
Oh, that was terrible. That was so bad. And all the people in the Discord, where the fuck is my key, DK? You said today. And it took like 3-day wait when you added them as a friend. So funny.
Dude, I'm never
Yeah.
doing a trading competition again. That's so much overhead.
Just go buy
It's still, and
fucking
it's still
gift cards.
feeding me.
Physical gift cards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
you need
we
a
could-
person to pick them up.
DK, maybe we could do something with like Bit Refill where we could just like pre-buy the gift cards and like have them claimable.
Well, I mean, a
Or-
lot of the stuff, Sesame is actually integrated natively in the app now. So like if we ever do merches in the future, it actually connects directly to Printful and you can just order directly from this. You redeem and then you choose where you want it sent and it gets sent directly to you.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so they've been
That'll solve a lot of
working to help me out
problems.
on that, but didn't
Because
help.
that's how I did the hats. I used the Printful, and then of course it wasn't an NFT or whatever, but it just charged my card and just sent all the fucking hats. Dude, there's like 500 hats in the wild right now.
Dude, I'm telling you, every event we go to,
People love
there's
them.
someone wearing a hat. If I'm wearing a hat, they're like, "Oh, you know Marty." But the one thing that was funny is there were 2 instances where I'm like, they
Who's
didn't make
Marty?
the connection. They're like, "Oh, Marty's hat," or like you were on our biweekly macro call, and they're like, "Oh, Premium, never heard of them." No, never heard of them.
Only Marty hats.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh yeah, love Marty. You work at Premium, never heard of him." Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, guys, fucking read a little bit. Read a little tweets.
So
I
They're
had
like, yeah, I
somebody
did a
send me the.
Spaces with Marty. Like Premia though?
Oh yeah, you
Never heard of
fucking
yeah,
asshole.
that happened once too.
You're like, what was the name of the Spaces? Who was the host? Oh, so good. Fucking people are
That's
fucking
all right.
retarded.
That's all right. We got
Or
anybody
idiots,
jumping,
right? Yeah.
All right. Other news: the crypto ban for JP Morgan in the UK is effective today. Celestia airdrop. The claimable date is tomorrow. It's like at noon.
What are you thinking
UTC
about that?
tomorrow.
What are you thinking about that? You thinking it's DOA?
I have to download a new wallet to claim it, so I haven't done it yet. It's on my to-do list. Did you do it?
I downloaded the wallet, yeah. But I just like it's so hard for me to like get excited about these kind of things right now because it's not the market for this, quote unquote. like I don't know why you would like do a huge token launch right now. Like the market is so ass. So you're just like you're setting
It'd be
yourself
a world
up.
coin. Just fucking sell it all.
Dude, you're setting yourself up for the market to just like dump it, take whatever like free cash they're getting, and then you as the team having to grind until the bull market starts to like maintain attention gravity and maintain positive public perception. Like doing a token launch right now, I think puts them in a really, really tough position as a team. And I don't know why they would do it. But who am I? I'm just a fucking purple cat boy on the internet.
Did you see what I tagged you in today on the fucking Twitter? The guy's eating like raw beef or something, and somebody's like, "What the fuck are you, a cat?" And I was like, I tagged Jim, Cozy, and CL. Like, oh, discuss this. Just
The
being
dude,
stupid.
wow.
Wow, bro, wow. No, but what is this Celestial app? How do I get this app? How do I
Yeah,
get
I
some free
don't.
monies?
Is Celestia there? Are they going to be a data availability layer? Like they're gonna. I don't really understand what the tech is, to be honest with you, but I know that the Genesis event, if you've claimed the airdrop, you'll have tokens during the Genesis event, and I think that Celestia is going to be a data availability layer for a lot of L2s. But I
It's a
don't. There's a
modular
lot.
consensus and data network. Okay. It enables anyone to easily deploy their own blockchain with minimal overhead.
That sounds like a
What does
bunch of
that even
buzzwords. Sounds
mean?
like my brother's trying to tell me about blockchain.
Uh,
Um,
it's a consensus and data network. All right.
yeah, dude, there's too many blockchains
There's
now.
so much going on Cosmos, I swear. Like, and they raised a lot of fucking money in 2022. Like, I swear, like 50 something million. Let me find it. I think it was last year.
Yeah, but
Yep. Combined Series A and B. The fundraise pushes Celestia into unicorn status with a $1 billion valuation. It was 4 times oversubbed. 55 mil.
well,
So how do you
good
farm
on
this
them.
airdrop? Did you have to already participate?
Yeah, they're like they
Bunch
chose
of
accounts
things you could have
that
qualified.
yeah.
Not qualifiable.
Yeah, you're not on chain enough, Marty. Sorry.
Not really. Just sometimes. Just
Uh,
sometimes. I'm
Another
waiting
raise
for
I saw was
on-chain
a bank
summer to come back.
on-chain summer. No. It's Arbitrum Autumn, baby.
Yeah, Arbitrum
Our
Autumn.
autumn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Arbitrum Autumn. You heard it first from Arbitober's very own.
October.
But talking about raises, I saw also the D-Bank raised recently 25 mil. It's pretty dope. I'm a fan of D-Bank.
Oh, recently?
Yep.
Dude, I heard that
Yeah.
that's a secret marketing gem for dollar spend is the bank.
It is.
Yeah. Gotta get on that, dude.
I didn't know that was a secret.
Oh, I never heard of people
Shh.
marketing on the bank.
It's
I
nice because you can market to, like quote unquote high value users. It's easy targeting.
Oh yeah,
Let's
but I
see.
have like a bunch of those where someone pays $1 to get send me a message.
It's like you have to buy
I've
your
been
key or something to send you a
I've
But I
message.
I've
never
been
but I
seeing
never
those
read them
lately.
though.
Yeah, I
I
don't
have
read
a
them
bunch of
either.
them. So is that
Because most of
effective
them are
if I'm like,
scams.
this is spam, just like a spam inbox of whenever I open it, I get $3 on the bank chain.
Um, there are some cool kind of use cases that can be built out of that. I think for like calling, it's probably more useful. I had a friend that built an app like years ago that leveraged Bitcoin where you could set like how much your time is worth, so like how much per minute it costs to have a call with you, and people could
This
pay.
is like, dude, I don't know. I don't like where this is going.
You don't?
Just add like a couple
Uh,
girls and,
uh,
a couple
yeah,
guys calling the girls.
sure, but
I've
that
seen
already
this one played
exists,
out
right? Like
before.
Omega's free, right? And people are on
Mm.
there like doing that kind of shit, and um, so I don't think like you stop that. But I think what's cool about it is like I think one thing that's wrong with the way people are conditioned is that they don't value their time. Like nobody really thinks about what their own time is worth. Um, and I shouldn't say nobody. There are a few
Lawyers.
professions. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a few professions where it's baked right in, and you pay them for their time. And and call me dystopian, but I think the world would work a lot better if for services people paid people for their time and like what they were worth. And calls are something I've become like allergic to more and more as I've gotten older. I just like I hate having the phone by my ear. I hate it. I hate the conversation coming from a phone taking up so much of my like in real life attention. And I don't mean like so that I can be typing doing something else. I mean so that I can be aware of what's going on around me. So if you force people to where if they want to take up that medium from you to pay for the time, pay for your time, I think it's a good spam filter and a good like signal noise filter. Because like if it's just you and your friends that are talking about things all the time, especially like business stuff, then you're not paying, you're not paying anything. You're just like paying each other back and forth. So it's a wash. But when people are taking up an unbalanced amount of your time, then it becomes profitable for you to entertain these types of conversations. Like think about
What
how
was the
many
name of the
pitches.
Bitcoin one? What was the name of the call one?
I'll have to ask him. I forgot it was maybe it's still in the wallet. The wallet was called Relay. Yeah.
All right.
I'll have
What's
to check
Powell
out one of
talking about on Thursday? He's got a speech on Thursday.
That's what I hear.
Dimely. It's called Dimely. Your time is worth a dime.
Love it. Love it. It's on Thursday or is it? Yeah,
The 19th.
Thursday. Yep, the 19th.
Yeah, I don't know what that
I don't know.
Looks like
All
it's not
these
up anymore.
talks, nothing happens in these talks really. It's only if something changes, and I think everything's kind of getting priced in on the macro level, um, unless something absolutely changes. I just don't see anything changing as of now, and we're only reacting to crypto specific news, fucking fake news.
It's not looking
Yeah,
good,
is he
bro.
going to talk about
Feels like we're just
U.S.
slowly
supporting
bleeding out.
wars on two fronts?
That's bullish.
Not for the dollar.
No, but for risk assets and defense stocks, all in one day at a time.
I don't own very many dollars. So it's good for me. What else is going on here? I brought it up earlier. You said it was last week, but I'm I don't know how I feel. I got pain in my heart for Sony right now, losing with Microsoft winning this Blizzard fucking battle. You know me, I'm a big Sony PlayStation fan.
But don't they? What are they gonna have? Just more exclusives? Like, oh, Xbox only
They
or PC
are,
only?
bro, it's a total chokehold over. You have to think about the games that are popular right now. Especially ones that are on console, and you have things like Call of Duty and um Fortnite and shit like that. But Call of Duty is probably the biggest one where PlayStation was getting a lot of exclusive deals with Call of Duty to offer the betas as well as access to um, certain features, gameplay mode, stuff like that, like months in advance. So they'd have it like 2 or 3 months before Xbox would. Um, so it was giving
So you
them a
think they're just
significant
gonna
amount of
reverse it on
business.
them? Fucking reverse Uno? Nah,
Yeah,
you
Not
guys have to
only
fucking
that,
wait.
but not only that, but I think they'll
they're going to make them
chokehold them.
exclusive.
Yeah, I think they won't because that was one of the stipulations in the court dealings was that like uh they couldn't restrict like access from the game. Now, that being said, like they can make them wait for the game release. So like they
They
could
can make them
push it
sit
out for
in beta for
Xbox.
6 months, right?
They have to like work something out to like make it not like this, but like, they could push something out and then like, wait a year to push out the Sony version. Um which would be absolutely like ridiculous, it would crush Sony for a lot of games. I think gameplay, UX, um, the way that PlayStation exclusive games like look, like their aesthetic, are generally better than Xbox. But um, yeah, we'll see what happens like going forward. I just set up games on my Mac Studio, which I didn't know was possible. So I'm becoming a PC master
are you
race.
parallels it? Are you
Nope,
running
nope. I'm
Windows
running
on
it
your
straight on Mac. No Windows, no parallelization
what
here.
games?
Well, right now I've only played Fortnite, but but let me see. I mean, I could run a ton of shit.
I mean, there's not a lot of games that actually have Mac support.
You're right, there aren't.
Counter-Strike has
But
Mac support.
That's
And that's
why
pretty
I
much
had
it.
to. One of my things why I'm away touching grass is I got to fix my computer. It's not really a grass touching event, but if I
so
do it in my
pro tip,
garage with a bunch of power tools, is it?
you can stream almost any game through. It used to only be through
Yeah, but there's
Xbox Cloud.
latency issues on that.
If you're plugged right in, like right now I'm using I signed up for the GeoForce Now like ultimate one they have, so you're
Sure.
getting like the RTX 4090 servers and fucking like
But I thought you could
latency
like.
protection.
I think for
As long as
RPGs
you're
it's fine, but not for.
no, I played Fortnite in 240 frames per second last night, and
But what about your
it
input
felt
lag? It's not
it
necessarily
felt
that.
it felt better than playing on my PS5.
Really?
Yep. I took my PS5 Pro controller, plugged it into my studio, and I thought the same. Like on Xbox Cloud Gaming, the latency is a huge issue. Like I never played a single game on it because I'd like load it up to play and then I'd be waiting for 60, 70 minutes to get
Get a
a
slot.
server
Yeah,
for me
fuck
to
that. Yeah.
yeah, but with the Nvidia one, you don't notice a fucking thing. Like it's the only downside was that I had to like reset up my controls.
Hmm. I'm gonna be
So
doing some investigation on that
yeah,
soon.
check out Nvidia GeoForce Now. Highly recommend. Like I've got fiber here, so like fiber jacked into my studio. Like I'm not worried about any latency issues. It was more on the streaming service and like where my servers were going to be located. But if you pay for the good one through Nvidia, you won't have those issues.
Okay. Yeah, I had when I looked at it in the past, it was that the input lag from like the controls was the issue. But if they solved it,
Now I don't know if Apple and Sony are doing things together, have been collaborating in some kind of way, but you can buy PS5 controllers and the Pro controllers on the Apple Store now. And it's one of the recommended controllers for all of their like new arcade gaming and mobile gaming stuff. Um, so with like the new Macs, it Bluetooth it connects just as quick as it would connect to your PS5 and like jacked in like input time and lag it is non-existent.
Yeah, they just need to allow you to play all games native on Mac. And I know this was never a thing for Mac, right? It was always for designers and productivity and shit like this. But
They're
yeah,
moving to
oh
that though
fuck, you
with the
could
new
play
chips.
fucking Call of Duty native on Mac. Like, oh, you could play Counter Strike native on Mac, okay. But let's say the whole war zone, that whole fucking huge map, no latency on what do you have, like 100 gigabytes of RAM? Your fucking chip is,
I've got like
stacked to the tits.
196 gigabytes of RAM or some shit on here.
what?
100,
Jesus
178 or
Christ.
196. Like
Jesus Christ.
my son, who's like a huge like computer tech junkie, like when I was telling him, he was like, "Wait, what? Like how many gigabytes?" I'm
Yeah.
like 196, and he's like, "That
What is
I don't
wrong
get
with
it.
you?
Like what?" Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it
you
cannot
can
compute.
render
Sorry.
like full like fucking 3D movies in 5 minutes.
When we
How
end
fast
our
is
podcast, the longest part of like re-uploading it is downloading it like after this. You know,
oh
it's the
really?
fact that yeah, it's the fact that the software, like the program we're using right now, it takes up to 30 minutes for it to process
To sync everything?
and
Yeah.
get it all synced and load it up into their like drive and then like me downloading it to my computer. Once it's on my computer, it takes me maybe like 10 minutes to make sure that the audio now is all like equalized and then
re-render, and it takes a
Yeah,
second.
yeah. It's so fucking quick, and it doesn't make any sounds at all. Whereas with
It's 192 gigabytes. That's insane of RAM.
yeah,
Fucking nuts.
it's fully maxed
Yeah,
out. So like
I have
whatever the
like
top one is,
64 or something. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
maxed out.
and I
192.
never like that's plenty of memory for me.
Yeah, 64. I got 64.
Is that the
the
most that the processor can support? 192?
yeah,
Probably. Shit, dude. You must have paid
It's
a
a
pretty penny for that Mac
76
Studio.
core GP, a 76 core GPU, 24 core CPU, and then they have another one on the same board, the 32 core neural
that's the one
engine.
I have. If you pick the M2 Ultra
That's
version
it.
and then you max all of it out, that's what I have.
8 gigabytes, terabyte,
8
8
terabytes
terabyte
of
storage. 8
storage,
terabytes. Jesus, dude, you spent like
192
9 stacks
gigabyte,
on this fucking thing.
9500, I
You're,
think.
you're a fucking animal.
Dude, I bought the Best 15 Pro, the most recent version that came out, and the only thing I use it for is this right here. It's just the string.
I bet it's a fucking monster, dude. Like my I have
It's
the
so
one
big though. I use my Air everywhere else, and I'm constantly moving around my house with my Air. And just this thing is so monstrous. I just have it on my desktop upstairs, and
I got the 14 M1
I got the
maxed
14
out.
M1. Yep,
Whatever,
same.
whatever that is. Whatever that is. I think it's 60.
I got the same one, and for that playing like the latency streaming, you can definitely feel on your controller, you can definitely feel that there's some lag and it purrs. But yeah, in the studio, that's what kind of prompted it. I tried it out on my MacBook while I was at the in-laws this weekend, and I'm like, it doesn't work that bad. It's kind of like playing on a Switch. So if I do this on my Mac Studio, it's got to be fucking flawless. And yeah, last night proved to be a new era in online gaming.
all right, guys, I got to jump.
All right. Later, DK.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in. E-boys, E-girls, we'll see you tomorrow.
Later.